the inner journey that we undertake, we take to understand ourselves. There are two kinds of journeys. One journey that happens normally for us. Everything that we do with life is the journey of life. And that is where we go out. We wake up in the morning, we are aware of things that are happening outside. And sometimes we have to go out of our home. So we go to the world, meet people, do things. Our five senses are active. And through those senses, we interact with the world. But the inner journey that we take, we close down these five senses and then we go in. What is inside, we don't know. Like there is a world outside, there is a world inside. So the inner journey, when we take, we are moving into an unknown territory. We don't know what is there. What we would encounter, what things that we can meet and see, we have no clue. That's why after meditation, when we come out, every day we have different experiences. Sometimes we see some color, sometimes we have certain third eye vision, certain things that are not really believable, like a dream world. We don't know much about that world, but we are here to understand that world. Because if we have to find ourselves, then we have to learn the geography of our inner world also. This world is an unknown world, and there are no maps available to us. That when you go inside, you will meet this, or you'll have to move around in a certain way. Nobody has any clue about all this. We learn as we practice, as we go inward. So spirituality runs on faith. One thing that we need to imbibe to be successful in our journey inward is to believe certain things that are unknown. When we sit and meditate on our breath, sometimes some images come, and we sit and think, maybe my mind imagined. That's how usually happens. When we sit quietly, a lot of things keep coming in our mind, and we have no control over what comes. We imagine things. So, in meditation, also, when we go through the process, we encounter certain visuals or certain feelings or certain sounds, and we tend to think that they are all mind made stuff. So this is where we need to make a small change in our understanding, that because the inner world is unknown to us, we may think that these are imagined things, but they need not have to be. They could be as real as a room you are sitting in. The things that are in your room that you can see right now, how real they are. In the same way, the things that you see inside is also real. But then there is a very subtle difference. Sometimes we are also imagining. And how do we know which is the real one, whether it's imagination, whether it is a third eye vision? We will come to know as we move forward. But we have this capacity to open our inner eye. Third eye means opening your inner eye. How does scientific discoveries happen? There are scientists who or people who invent things. When they are inventing things that are non-existent, like the light bulb was invented. So when it was invented, there was no such thing existing in the entire world. So somebody perceived a possibility that we can have something which will give light. Where did he get that idea from? So these ideas are all floating around in this world. When we develop our ability to tap into this subtle consciousness, then those ideas get into us. And some of us follow that and make those things happen. Sometimes when we meditate, we also see some colors. And people, we come out and say, oh, I saw a very, very beautiful blue color or red color. And many of us are very well tuned with all different colors. But then this particular color, you find it difficult to explain to people because it is different from the normal color that we see, because those that color doesn't belong to this physical world. They are inner world color. So the point is, whatever you see in when you take undertake your sadhana, whether your conscious mind believes it or not, one attitude that you need to take is to trust it, that I this is not part of my normal understanding of the world, but I saw something. Maybe it is there. Just think like that and leave it. It is important for you to do that, because only by uh, it's like a child who is growing up. Child also hasn't seen anything in this world. It is the parents or the mother who tells this is this is that. So in the same fashion, but there is somebody to tell that child. Here there is nobody. So what we see inside when our eyes are closed, not when you are creating a Bollywood movie inside, and naturally when it happens, you have to you have to take a stance that maybe I saw something, maybe I felt something, maybe I sensed something. You don't immediately brush it aside. This is one attitude that we have to take if we want to go inside, because it is a unknown territory. And in our world, we create everything with our thoughts, with our thoughts, and with our emotions, and with our visuals. We unconsciously visualize things. So visualization is part and parcel of our normal day-to-day life. Most of the time, it is unconscious. We are not sitting and thinking about a thing. You see something, immediately a picture comes, or a sound comes, or a smell comes. The inner senses get active. Like the outer senses, the inner sense get active. So for us to be successful in our journey inward, we need to start trusting these inner senses also. These are steps. At some point of time, we have to close down all the senses. But as you start, it is important to uh, sort of believe what you're seeing. And we make our world by our thoughts, and our thoughts are sometimes positive, sometimes negative. And most of the time, whether it is positive or negative is not in our hand. The reason why we are together is to make it in our hand. But most people live a very unconscious life, unaware life. And that is what we need to change. So the only thing that we need to do along with our sadhana is to be very, very conscious, very, very alert every moment. Not just when you are meditating, when you are trying to become alert about the movement of the breath, but normal day to day things that are happening. How alert are you? Because that there lies success of your life. Because there is this principle that what you think will manifest in life. Your world is made by your thoughts. And when a thought comes, automatically a visuals also come. So instead of unconscious thinking, which brings unconscious images in your mind, which finally will turn into a reality in your life. Every moment we have to be alert, you know, because most of the time it is negative thoughts which are coming, and then a negative image is what is coming. So the first step for us is to recognize when uh, when these visuals come, when these thoughts come, when these emotions come, and and to be alert to the content of the those images, whether they are negative or positive. It can be as simple as, a thought that, oh, I can't do this. This is not for me. They are small statements, but it contains a negative emotion. And if you allow it to happen, you strengthen it, and then your life will move towards that. Life will start attracting more of that. So we also can use this principle. So when you want something to happen in your life, what you need to do is to create an image in your mind. You write a script for yourself of what you want to happen in life. Now, at this point of time, it hasn't happened, and you do not believe that it can happen. But still, we to use the principle of reality of materialization, create a small video, a small movie, and then constantly run that movie in your head. And when you do that, your mind will start believing. And once the mind start believing, the energy or the frequency that goes out of you start changing. Right now, there is a certain frequency which believes I can't do. You did not create it consciously. It has become strengthened inside, rooted inside. So when you start visualizing certain things, and that thing will get strengthened within, and your life will bring that thing into materialization. Visualization is about focus on any one thing. And today, when we started meditating, also we started visualizing the movement of the breath. Some of us felt the breath. Some of us heard the breath. Because these are the ways in which we perceive things. Some of us are visuals. Some of us are auditory. Some of us feel it through smell. So different ways. But imagination is part and parcel of our unconscious living. To have a empowered life, whatever goes in your mind, you have to be in control. And if that happens, then life will start changing. When we focus on something, when we think about something consciously, that thing start revealing itself to us. This is a principle. Whatever subject it is, even if you do not know anything about it, if you constantly think about that subject, more and more awareness of the subject will reveal itself. People will come and give you a book, or you would hear a story about it. More and more understanding of that will come from, magically, from all over. So for us to move forward, like you being becoming aware of your breath all the time outside meditation, like you becoming aware of the thoughts that are occurring in your mind. Also keep a watch on what kind of images that you entertain within. And whenever you feel a negative image is coming, a negative thought is coming, shake your head or say cancel, cancel. You can do that only when you become aware. So this awareness is what we are looking for. And to bring that awareness is why we are watching our breath also. We observe, observe, watch, watch. It is about bringing a constant awareness, state of awareness. If you can bring that outside meditation, we are to a great extent successful in our sadhana. So on that note, I take leave. I will see you tomorrow. Till then, namaskar.